Hello, Cornerstone family. Thank you for coming to our graduation. Now, most speeches are about where we're going, how exciting and ready for the future we are. We're not ready for the future. We have no idea about the future. But what I can safely say is that God has prepared us for the future. I started in Cornerstone in kindergarten. I was small, loud, and let's face it, crazy. I couldn't sit still to save my life. I had a temper. I loved sports, but that tended to bring out my temper. I was in the school office every day, receiving a chastisement for one thing or another. As a result of those spankings, I suffered from a severe disease called respecting others. It's a rough life, but somebody has got to live it. Most of my reasons for chastising were a respect issue. First grade was pretty much the same story as kindergarten, except my teachers had to deal with me all day instead of just half. First and second grade, I learned not to move around so much. I was still a raging ball of fury. In third and fourth grade, it was all about learning to not talk. I spent most of my lunch breaks either serving detention or doing old homework. I struggled with, and still do struggle with, turning in homework on time. A very kind teacher by the name of Mrs. Ritchie allowed me to sit in any odd position I chose, as long as I was paying attention. In 5th and 6th grade, we confronted my ever-growing anger problem. I spent a lot of time, and I mean a lot of time, in the office, fighting, yelling, pushing, and just making a big deal out of tiny things. And it honestly did get better. I know, classmates, believe it or not, I was worse than this. The question we are supposed to answer in our speeches is how Cornerstone has affected my life. Well, I think a better question is, how has Cornerstone not affected my life? I spent 13 years at this incredible school. I've had every high and low in my life here. It has changed everything about me, from what I believe and I learned, to how I play the beautiful game of soccer. Every mistake I made was taken and weighed accordingly. There are very few punishments I received that I now look at and still say they were unjust. Most of my punishments were soft in comparison to what I should have received. There is no part of my life that CCS has not touched. So with 13 years of memories, teachers, friends, staff, and family, it's kind of hard to pick who to say thank you to. But my first thank you goes to Google and Wikipedia for helping me pass high school. Thank you to my parents for putting me into a school that teaches you in your faith and grows you in it. Thank you to all of my teachers for putting up with me. Thank you to Mr. Garvey, one of the most incredible men I have ever had the pleasure of having a disciplinary meeting with. And finally, thank you, God. You made me who I am, even though I have no idea but what the future holds. I know that you have prepared me according to your will, and that is truly comforting. Thank you, and good night.